Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We would like to talk to you today about Bodhisattva Retreat. It's something that we do here at MABA once a year. And today we actually have about twice the students that was actually attending the retreat, but some of them have to go home early. So we actually have a good representation. Some of them are new students like myself, and then some of them actually have been back more than once. So why don't we go that way, starting with Francesca, and explain who you are and where you're from and so forth.
I'm Francesca Williams. My Dharma name is Sian Juan, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
San Juan, I love it there.
San Juan. I live in Illinois. I drive about an hour and 10 minutes to get here, and this is my first full participation in the Bodhisattva Retreat, and which I enjoyed very much. I took Bodhisattva vows today and did incense scarring. So, very happy to be here. Yes?
I am Sherry McMillan. My Dharma name is Jin Jing. I took Bodhisattva vows, I think, in 2009. I've been coming since, I guess, 2006, right before Master went into his big retreat.
My name is Maggie. I'm originally from St. Louis, and I believe we figured out I took my precepts in 2014 and my Bodhisattva vows in 2015, and I've tried to make it to every one of these since, although I missed part of this one now. But
my name is Lee Patton, and I've been coming to MABA since about 2010. I took my precepts vows in early 2014, and then today I took the Bodhisattva vows. I live in De Pere, Missouri, which is about 45 minutes away, and I try to attend on a weekly basis, including study group. We're now studying The Way to Buddhahood every Sunday morning, directed by Miss Sherry, mostly.
And Caddy.
And Venerable and Caddy. And it's very exciting to be able to study from people that have been studying for so long and have such a grasp of the Dharma.
I'm Casey Green. I live in Boonville, Missouri. I've originally took lay precepts in 2011 and Bodhisattva precepts in 2014. And I live kind of far away. I drive about 2 hours to get here. So I kind of spend usually a few times a year coming out here and enjoying MABA.
My name's Dave Tepper. I come from Chicago, about 6 hours away. I took my precepts in 2010 or 11, and I took my Bodhisattva vows today. And I'm pleased to be here.
Me? I have to talk.
How many times you been here? And by the way, this is Kongxi Sifu, and Venerable Kongxi Sifu, and she's our teacher in addition to Master Jiru.
I came to MABA in 1998 and stay here ever since. So I'm here every day.
My name's Corey Russell. My Dharma name is Sien Chu. I live about 45 minutes away from here in St. Charles. I first started coming to MABA in 2014. I took lay precepts in 2015, and I took the Bodhisattva vows today.
Very good. Thank you.
Well, I'm Bonnie. I'm from San Francisco, and my Dharma name is Shang Guang. So it's my first time in MABA, and the first time attending Bodhisattva Retreat, and today I just take my Bodhisattva vows.
I'm Christina Mack. Well, I know Master when he first came to St. Louis. and I attend his teachings whenever I have time. And when this building, this meditation hall was constructed, they have the first of the meditation class for beginners, and I attended. And then the first time I learned it, I feel so good. I never learned be so good in my life. Since then, I practice at home because at that time I was young. I have family, and my husband had started his business, so I have to accomplish everything. So, but I just come here whenever I am available. But now, you can tell I am in my senior year, so I have more time to come, and I try to come whenever I'm in St. Louis. That means almost every week I'm here, and I have to cook. And finally, I have the courage, determination to take the Dharma path. And I took my 3 refuges and my 5 precepts in 2014. And today I take my Bodhisattva vow. I'm very happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe by the way, her husband, Mr. Mac, he is the architect, and
Yes.
all buildings of MABA was, his design, and he draw all the plan for us, and he offer all his services.
Yes,
It's
yes.
very, very kind.
Maybe you, because by him, you helped me to walk this path.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Danny Miu. I'm a relatively newcomer to MABA. This is my 3rd time, and it's my first time attending the Bodhisattva Retreat and taking the Bodhisattva vow. So what I like to do, we don't want to make this video very long, and anyone who's interested in MABA, interested in any of the retreat or daily or weekly service, or even interested in the Bodhisattva vow, they should go to our website, and I'll have it down so you can click and go. But before we close, I would like to first go to the new student, and then later to the senior student. And for the new student, I would only want you to name one vow that really make an impression on you. Okay? So for those who might not understand this,
Really?
The Bodhisattva Retreat, the Bodhisattva vow has 10 main ones and 48 secondary ones, right? So you have 58 choices. So just pick one that really make an impression on you, that you would definitely recommend that to newcomer.
Well, just name one. I think I took all of them.
We don't have enough time for 58. Yeah.
Look at that list again.
Yeah.
I think the Wang Yu, I forget the English word.
Rightful speech.
Rightful speech.
Yeah.
I think that is very important because the wording, the wrong word is like a stagger. You can hurt people and hurt yourself. So you speak the right speech would be good for you and the people around you.
Very good. Thank you. Bonnie?
Well, I think to me it's no killing and no eating meat. I think these two kind of really comes together, and to me it's like I am very careful about not hurting any insects. So it's just every time I see like a ants or crawling, and just now I'm become more diligent about it and remember that it's the Bodhisattva vows.
So, rightful speech, don't tell untruths. It's so easy to get caught up in modern day to fib a little here and fib a little there, and kind of manipulate words to get what you need or want. It's a lot easier and a lot happier and freeing to be 100% honest.
For me, it's to be diligent in the way and in the path, and don't be lazy. Don't give your life up to sleep, and don't be, just be diligent. And we're doing this not only for ourselves, but for others.
the urgency of it.
Right. Now's the time. If not now, when?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cliche, I know.
No, it's
Tracy
true. It's
Chapman
true.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And Casey?
And John Dado Luri.
Oh. Running out of choices here.
There's only 10.
I'm not gonna, you think I'll make it easy for you, right?
I skipped the no intoxicants because I figured that was a gimme.
Oh, I think, I don't know. The thing that maybe strikes me about all the precepts is that if there is really one, I don't know if I could really list one because maybe the whole you think of the intention of what the Buddha is trying to evoke here is trying to, the precepts are by nature something that don't do this, don't do that, but also I think it's important to realize that all of these things come for a greater picture, and that is kind of a really universal truth, and that is that you don't want to just not do things, but don't just not kill, or don't just not eat meat, but maybe like affirm life. I think affirming all these things, talk, be more positive when you interact. I think the whole picture for me is really important. So maybe all of them. That's a cheesy, another cliche answer.
The
But-
49 vow, all of them.
But
See above.
it's kind of like the Eightfold Path. If you're practicing one, you're only practicing the Sevenfold Path or the Sixfold Path. So it's a package deal.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good one. Lee?
For me,
You can't have the same answer.
I'll find another one among the 50. If we're sticking with the first 10, don't harbor anger or resentment. And I think that the analogy was when you have anger, it's like getting hit with two darts, right? The first dart causes you physical pain. The second dart is the mental pain that you create. So you're harming yourself in two ways, and then you think of the other person. If there's anger between the two of you, he walks away with anger, and you've got anger, and it doesn't do either one of you any good. So the faster you can let that go, the better off you are. Catching it before it happens is the trick.
Yeah, yeah. You can always say sorry, but that's not the point.
Yes.
That's why it's called a practice.
I'm sorry for the repetition, but careful speech, right speech is very important to me, and it's been the hardest of all of the precepts for me to get a grasp on. And I started working with it more successfully in the last couple of years. But when I first took the precept, I didn't know how I was going to do that. Because I guess just in my job, people gossip a lot. And just to be able to be mindful about what comes out of my mouth is very challenging sometimes.
Sure.
Every year there's a different one that really strikes me. This year it was probably sharing the Mahayana teachings, because Master asked me to teach several years ago, and then they recently kind of surprise made me a senior teacher.
You earned it.
So I'm also teaching teachers to teach, and the Dharma teachings have been so good for me, so helpful for me, and are so precious to be able to help other people find them and to help other people pass them on, so that it just not just stopped with me. I feel like I've been given this gift from my teachers, and now I can just pass the gift along. It's the best gift because you don't keep it for yourself. It just keeps going on to the next person, the next person, and the next person. So that was the big one for me this year.
Okay.
As one of your teachers under you learning, I will second that, because it has opened up more doors than what I didn't even know were available. You know, I won't say I'm forced into things that I would have never looked into before, but the subjects that we are asked to cover, it definitely opens up more doors than it were ever available. So
Yeah, the more you teach, the more you learn.
Yeah.
So I'm the last one, and since I made up the rule, I get to break the rule. I'm going to say the two vows really made an impression on me, and only because they're so close to each other, and it's very related to what Sherry's talking about. The first one is, don't try to explain Dharma until you absolutely understand it. The second one is, don't try to teach Dharma to people who don't want it. And I think that's the message for this video, is that we're not trying to evangelize. That's never been the thing with MABA, right? We're not
or
trying
Buddhism
to,
in general.
yeah, or Buddhism in general. That's not why we're here. The reason we make this videotape is that we value what we learn here, that opportunity that we have here so much, that we want other people to have the same opportunity. And I think that, like Master was saying today, that, hey, we finally finished the Blue Lotus house. It's time to give that opportunity to someone. And the one thing that he said to me that really I thought was very important is that if you already have a spiritual solution, that's good, right? But if you're looking for one, come take a look.
If you want to investigate.
If you want to investigate, that's all we're trying to do here, right?
Right.
Okay, so one more time, one last word. Why would people want to come to MABA?
To learn more about the Buddha's teaching, to find out what meditation is and what you can do with it, what it can do for you, whether you already have your spiritual practice and you just have heard that meditation might help you deepen your practice, or that mindfulness might help you in your daily life, or whether you have been practicing this for a long time and you want to get deeper into the Dhamma. If you are Buddhist and you want to learn more, this is the place for anyone along the spectrum.
Well, that's a big subject. Why would someone come to a Sangha? And I think there's as many answers as there are members here. But one thing Sherry did leave out, thank goodness you left something out. Is that just the sense of community. The three jewels are the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. And it's one of the jewels to all of us that we are in this community together, and we support each other in the Dharma and in learning the lessons that life will inevitably throw our way. So I would say the sense of community.
Come to MABA on Sunday. Free lunch.
Good lunch.
I am one of the cook.
Oh, yes.
It's a good way to see a fairly harmonious way of life that the monastics lead here, and fairly sustainable. And it's for myself, I know it's been an inspiration for how I live my own life. Just kind of seeing what they do with both the offering of the food, but also kind of just simple things like the recycling and the compost and the animals that you get to see that are out here in the nature. It's something that makes you feel a little more connected with the world, outside of what we currently think, maybe a lot of us have society. A nice retreat. Nice break from that.
Mindfulness and Bobo the snake.
So, I would just say the experience, and I hate to be so vague, but there is so much that you can do. If you want to come out here and learn or be introduced to Buddhism, you can. If you just want to admire the beauty that this place has to offer, both artistically and in the nature and in the animals, and the people out here are just beautiful, so kind and so loving, and there's no pressure whatsoever. It's a judgment-free zone. Even if you don't know what you're doing out here, it's encouraged, because where else are you going to get such a wonderful experience? Especially in this area.
Well, it's my first time at MABA, so I didn't know what to expect, but the experience has been great. And I like how Master and other vulnerables are very friendly and easy to approach. So, and I get my question answered in a very friendly way. Thank you.
Well, I learned being mindful, and the meditation helped me a lot, physically and mentally. So I learned a lot.
And lastly, for me, there's a very good reason why I come back over, just in this last year. As I said, this is my third time here, and there's a very simple reason. This is the place where I can actually learn meditation from a master. Master Jiru, his background is, he was a Theravada monk, and so his meditation technique is one of the most original technique, and in addition to having good teacher himself, he actually practiced his own way. And so I really appreciate his teaching. I learn a lot here. A lot of the problems that I have in the past practicing either on my own or practicing with other teachers was resolved. I really make a lot of good progress here. So for those out there who's really interested in meditation, this is the best time now, because up until now, Master has been very, very busy doing fundraising around the country, and also spending his time building the meditation hall, a Blue Lotus meditation hall. And just as he said today, he is now shifting gear, right? He's going from a builder to a spiritual teacher now. So you couldn't find a better time to come. So we all look forward to that. All of us are looking forward to using the new facility and learning meditation. Yeah. So for me, it's just a personal invitation for you out there. I know a lot of you practice meditation and not necessarily are into Buddhism. You don't have to. You really don't have to. This is a place of religion, but we're not trying to change anyone here, right? You can just come here and learn the technique and find your own method, right? Anything else? Anything else anyone like to add? And so with that, why don't we congratulate ourselves for attending such a great meditation retreat, and a warm welcome to anyone else who want to join us this year. And we vow to see each other again. Right, so thank you. Thank you.
I was trying to look at it. I'm like, is
I
that
know. So I apologize.
Just a little tired.
And then everybody was.
It would get our feet right on the place.
Okay, so now we're good. Now we're good.
This is tiring.
So we probably should
No, we just keep looking down.
That's fine.